Okay, so I'm here trying to do a little video on the table LightLite from the company LightLite. Just want to give a little comparison between this one and maybe a normal table such as Oakwood Boss table, general treatment massage table. There's another table I wanted to show but I don't have with me, but it's a sport table by LightLite. So this company has 3 different tables. They have the travel edition, they can have a little bigger one, the sport edition. And I just want to compare those to something as a normal table that some people would carry around and show why something like this would be, in my opinion, better to carry around with this, especially if you're doing lots of traveling. I don't think you want to be carrying around this. Something like this is probably much easier to travel with. So I'm going to break these out. I'm going to show you some stats, and so you can compare which one, and it gives you a better idea if something like this would be better than something like this. This kind of spread out because there was a table called LightLite. They're no longer with us, so other companies are making smaller travelable tables. This is a chiropractor table. So they're coming into the market trying to find more tables that we as manual therapists could use, whether you're doing chiropractic, massage therapy, athletic training, and so forth. So some numbers I just want to show out here right now. I have 3 different tables here. Again, the travel, the sport, which we don't have here, but it's similar stuff, and then a normal table. The weight of the travel table will be 19.8 pounds. This sucker is light. I'm talking, this comes with a backpack carrying case, so you put it on your backpack, put it on your back. This sucker is actually quite light, which is nice. The sport is at 32 pounds, a little higher than I thought, but 32 pounds. This one actually comes in at 29 pounds. So the sport would actually be slightly heavier than this. Weird thing is, when I lift this up and I lift this up, this actually feels heavier than this. Maybe because it's the weight balance that this is bigger, so it's harder to balance versus something like this. I'm not sure. But this actually, that would make sense because this would be heavier than this one. But so I'm gonna move on with that part. But this one, 18, this one is 29, and the sport is at 32. This is all live, I'm not taking cuts, so I'm probably gonna catch myself overthinking stuff, so bear with me on this. Adjustable height, I'll go over that in a minute here. Width, this one is going to be 18 inches. So, and I'll show that later, but again, 18 inches is quite narrow. You're looking about that wide. Again, great for simple moving around, adjustments or taping ankles. I can get someone who is 6'1" on this table pretty comfortably and do manual work with that. This table right here is going to be, width is at 31 inches, quite larger as you can see. And then the width of the sports table is at 22. I like the 22 range. That's actually at the same size as the LightLite table. It's good mount size where it's not too big but not too small, depending on the preference that you like. Length of this table, when I fold it out, is going to be 62 inches long with the headrest. The sport table is going to be 75 inches long, again with the headrest. A table like this is going to be 73 inches long. I guess it would be longer if you had the headrest with that too. So the sport is actually going to be comparable in length with this quite well. When it's closed, which is a good information to have because when you're traveling around, closed versus open. Closed with this one, lengthwise is going to be 25 inches. Compare that to here. This one is going to be 37 inches. So, good 12 inches longer. The closed length of the sport is going to be 29, so it's literally this one plus a couple few inches longer for the sport. So these two this one and the sport one, great size. This one, as you notice, much bigger, makes it much harder to carry around. Weight capacity, the travel one is at 485 pounds. The sport is at a whopping 882 pounds, and a table like this is at whopping 600 pounds. So the sport will actually hold a lot more weight than this one. Obviously, this one, since it is smaller, probably doesn't hold as much, but you can still have 3 people standing on this and do quite well. These are weight capacity, but not where you're moving around weight, which I don't have that information on me at this point. Close thickness, 8 inches. This was 8 inches, and since I don't have it, I'm assuming the Sport is also 8 inches thick. So I'm going to pause the video for a second. I'm going to open these up, and then you have an idea of what they look like side by side when they're open. Okay, so now we have the tables opened up. This table obviously can go much higher than any of these tables here. That's the positive of these. It's high if you want to tape on them, high or low, not. But again, these are general treatment tables. More variety. You got the smaller one here. Again, this is 18 inches. This is very sturdy. Again, if I'm doing taping ankles, if I'm doing manual work, it's a small table. It's not very thick, wide, but I can still get a lot of stuff done on this. I've already done an event with this. If I'm having people turn over, I got to make sure, you know, they're not turning over quite quickly. Problem people I'd run into is people who are very large, like shot put throwers, or long people like basketball players. That's where this table was probably going to have more of a problem than something like this. But again, you got the middle one. This is only 18 inches. So again, if we're looking at the Sport, which is 22 inches, which is a good size, we're looking at, it'll go out to here. So again, you got several, 18, about 4 more inches you can have on here, which is pretty good. A little hack I thought about trying to do is you go to like a massage warehouse store and you buy arm extenders, which just strap onto the table and hang over. So now you actually have another 3 more inches on each side. So that's a little hack you could do if you want more width on the table. But you got a large table here, which will fit anybody. It's not a problem with that. These are meant for everywhere. But again, traveling with this is quite large. I'm just giving you side by side. The LightLite table here, this here's 18 inches. It feels solid. It feels strong. The person who designed it, he also works with football players, and as a chiropractor, when he's actually doing manipulations, there's a point where when he's doing the thrusting, some tables are known to break. He's made these tables to withstand stuff like that. Even at this table here, can withstand it. The Sport table, much more durable too. So between all 3 of these tables, you know, this is a good travel one. Depending on your population that you're working with, this may be great or may not. For me, as an athlete trainer on the sideline, I think this is great because I can easily do taping ankles. I can do some back work. I can do some mild stretching. I can do a lot of stuff if I'm doing some general athletic training duties on the sideline with this one. And this table is super small to travel with. That is a huge thing. That's why they call it the travel table. This sucker was easy to transfer into and out of an airport. Not a problem at all. I had it on my back. There's a backpack carrying case. It was awesome. The material is great. I like this table a lot. I look forward to using this table in my athletic training career at the high school, and if I have a chance to travel with it as well for some of the events. This one, again, is great. It will cover a wide variety of athletes, but again, carrying this table it's not fun. It's too big. The Sport table, I think, is going to be my favorite because it's a happy medium between the two. And the extra 4 more inches, I'm able to do a little more stretching without worrying about if this is going to fall over or not. Again, it's a little more heavier than this, which I find surprising. Okay, so here we are with the 2 tables that have been opened up. You got your generic table here. Again, this will fit pretty much all athletes. You know, this is like 31 inches wide. Any football player or gymnastic player, again, these tables fit everybody. And that's the beauty of these. But they're big. They take so much room. Here you got the 18-inch one. So the 18-inch table here, the one not showing is going to be the Sport table. 18 inches is for the travel table. The Sport table is 22 inches. So just give it, 4 more inches. You're looking about coming out to here. So you got quite a bit more room to play around with. I've used this table already. It's a good table. This table is solid. literally. This table is solid, it feels good. You know, I'm sitting here, I'm rocking it here. There is some movement. If I'm sitting over here, yes, it's gonna tilt. So some things you're gonna do, you may not wanna do, you're gonna wanna stick with this table. If you got a big person, a shot putter, those type of athletes are gonna kind of struggle with this kind of table. If you have a big 6'5" basketball player or volleyball player, again, might struggle on a short table. Do better on this table. But if you're other athletes, I've worked with track athletes, gymnasts, this table would work great for stuff like that. Again, depending on the athletes that you're going to be working with, it can dictate what kind of table you want to get. A trick I was getting into for the smaller tables, and even the sport table, is go to a massage warehouse store and buy arm extenders that are with Velcro. And what they are is, they're like these arm pieces that have Velcro, and they come over here and they just lay on top. So therefore, you're now going to have extra arm room to hold them up. You can get a couple of them. You want one down here for the legs too. I don't know, they're about 30 bucks, easy to get, and that's going to give you a little more width for the table if you want to do something like that. So that's just a little hack. This is 18 inches, this is 31 inches, the sport is 22 inches. With that being said, you know, I've been able to do quite a bit with this kind of table. Again, if I have a large person, I might have to be careful how they're getting on or off, or if I'm turning around. It's easy to hold on to the table while they do stuff. You can work around with that, even though this is a smaller table. It's not a table like this. Understand, this is not going to be a table like this, which will take care of everything. But if you're a person who needs to get out to the track, you're traveling between a hotel and track, or hotel and venue, this is going to be more cumbersome than carrying this. The sport table I like a lot, 22 inches wide, 31 inches wide. Carrying it, even though the sport table is 32 pounds, and this is 29 pounds, even though it's 3 pounds heavier, this is going to be more awkward to carry because it's bigger and it's just awkward. There are devices you can buy. It's called a Mobi Loop that turns your table into a backpack. Even though this comes with a backpack already, the sport I hear is not. So you can still buy that and use that as a backpack for the sport. Again, 3 different size tables. Lengthwise, I had a 6'1" person on this table. I was able to work with him. His head was down here. His feet did hang off the table. It's fine, but if I'm working on the back, I have plenty of time, plenty of room, and felt stable using this table. The sport table is the next one over that again, like I mentioned, I like because it's just even 4 more inches. It's allowed me to do a little more stretching easier. I have stretched on this table and it has worked. I just have to be more cautious of how I'm stretching someone. If I'm stretching a pole vaulter versus a shot putter, those are going to be 2 different people I have to be careful with. Pole vaulter, easier. Shot putter, it might be a little big for this table. That's where I say go with the sport table. The sport, the travel table, these tables you can buy at a company called LightLite, L-I-G-H-T-L-I-T-E. They make the tables in Spain, and I believe the company is here in the United States. I didn't ask where they're located. I think California, but don't hold me to that. But the tables are great. When I ordered it, it got shipped to me quickly. I've been happy with this table. I've only used it for a couple events, a couple of athletes, but I've been very happy with the table. This table is solid, very, very solid. I feel secure putting heavy people on this thing. Same thing as this, but I bring that up because when I'm traveling, I want a secure table. I don't want no $100 table that could break on someone. This table is small, this table is sturdy. The sport table, same thing, a little bigger, but much more sturdier. I think that's the table I'm probably going to get next too. I think I'm going to be able to use that one much more with my diverse athletes than this one. Your athlete is going to dictate on what size of table you're going to get, honestly. If you're at a school that you need to do a quick, tape job, this table is awesome. I'm going to look forward to using this table in my athletic training career for my general stuff, taking out to a football game, taking out to a track event, taking out to a soccer game, taping ankles, evaluations. I can do on this table without bringing this table out here now. I can carry this on my back. It's going to be simple. So I'm happy that this is going to be much more portable than a table like this. So yeah, there you kind of have it, with Astrolite, no longer the process, and that's been a go-to table for travel tables. People are looking in for a more durable